What does the Flood, an energy sword, and Halo 2 all have in common? Well, they're the key components that make up one of the most popular game types of all time. Infection. Hey everyone, I'm Private Matt. In this episode of Infected, we'll take a look at the history and the rules of infection. We'll also be checking out one of my favorite infection maps. Well, without further ado, let's continue the show. As I mentioned before, the basis for infection originated from the idea of taking the process of the Flood infecting humans and turning it into a playable game type that was both fun and simple. The result was a combination of VIP and Team Slayer in one amazingly exciting package, and thus its popularity grew like wildfire. The game type had one group of players begin the game wielding energy swords. These were the infected. The other group of players, the humans, started off usually with shotguns. The objective of the game is to try to kill all the humans until there is no time left in the round. If all the humans perish, the infected win. But if there is at least one human alive, the humans win. This simple but entertaining idea led hundreds of gamers to spend countless nights playing this addicting and fast-paced game type, and they didn't go unnoticed. Upon the release of Halo 3, Bungie made Infection an official game type and included it in matchmaking as a double experience weekend event. With the addition of Halo 3's Forge mode, players could build and play on their very own Infection maps. Halo 3 also allowed a deeper customization of game types, and more variants of Infection began to appear. But upon the release of Bungie's heroic map pack, Infection mapmaking was at an all-time high. The map included Foundry, built ground up for Forge mode usage. The response was the forging craze, and the maps that most people built were for, you guessed it, Infection. I believe that it's safe to say that Infection is one of the most successful game types in Halo's history. Just as important as the game type is the map you play on. In this segment of the show, we'll feature one map each episode. This episode's map is called Al-Anon Defense 2. The map is forged on Foundry, and makes good use of aesthetics and classic Infection gameplay. The center base is where the humans spawn. There are several corridors and passageways leading out of the main base. This map relies on tactical planning from the infected. They must coordinate attacks and strike as one. The strategy for the humans is that they should stay as a group and designate one person to cover each entrance. The infected have no shields but move fast. To counterbalance, human ammo is scarce, so pick your targets wisely. The humans should use the equipment in the map to gain the tactical advantage. For example, place a trip mine in front of the corridors to get an easy kill. On the infected side of things, you should move side to side when running at the enemy. This will make it much harder for the humans to hit you with a BR or Magnum. The map was modeled after a scene in Half-Life 2, where the Antonons, a green striped creature, seem to be attacking from everywhere. The map recreates a feeling of suspense that lasts up until the round ends. The map's layout is very well thought out, and it creates a sense of balance throughout the game. Though the map does provoke a lot of camping, it makes up for it in the sheer number of routes the infected could take. The map is one of the best I've ever played on, and will provide hours of amusing gameplay. Well, that's the show. Stay tuned for episode 2, where we'll be focusing on general infected strategy and some custom game types too. Until then, be sure to rate, comment, and subscribe. I'm Private Matt, and we'll see you here next time on Infected.